My name is Jedediah Canty. I'm the Public Information Officer at Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, and the spelling is Jedidia. Canty is Canty.
You guys are investigating a homicide that happened overnight. Can you give us some details?
Okay, so at approximately 3:20 this morning, Rockdale County deputies responded to a shooting. It was at the Lake St. James apartment complex in Conyers. Upon deputies' arrival, they observed the black male, lying on the ground suffering from a gunshot wound. Unfortunately, the victim did die on the scene. We do have a suspect. His name is going to be, what is his name? His name is Jamichael Jones. We currently do have warrants for his arrest, but right now he's not in custody.
Is there any connection between the victim and the suspect?
So there is no connection. What we know and what I can tell you is that Mr. Mariel Orr, which is the victim, was visiting a female friend at the complex, and Mr. Jamichael Jones did know the female, and it was a domestic situation.
Do you have any leads on where he might be at this time?
We don't have any leads. We did search the known locations that we thought he may be at, but we did not have any luck finding him.
Did you say it's a love triangle?
No, it's not a love triangle, not at all, because he was, the victim did not know the suspect.
Was the female with the victim? Did they ride together to the complex, or he went to visit her?
I don't know that. I just know they were together at the apartment complex.
What would you say, what message would you have for the community who lives in that area, who lives in that complex, who might be afraid for their safety?
I wouldn't say that this has anything to do with the area. I think it was an isolated situation. It was a domestic situation. We are asking the public for their help in locating Jamichael Jones. He is from the Atlanta, Jonesboro area that we know of.
What words can you share about the victim? Obviously, he's a known person, and this is a lot of people have feelings about it. It's gotten a lot of attention.
Yes. From what I know, I believe his name was Trouble. He's an Atlanta rapper. Unfortunately, I don't have too much information on it because I don't follow rap. But I know that there is a lot of people that are really upset right now, are brokenhearted about the situation.
Can you say how many times he was shot?
He was shot one time. He was shot in the chest.
Was he awake or sleeping? Do you know any of that?
I don't know that. Mm-mm.
Have you all been in touch with any family members? I'm assuming if you put the name out, you have
Yes.
talked to them. How are they feeling?
The mother is aware, and I'm sure she's not dealing with it too well. I don't know about any other family members, but the mother was notified.
Where in the complex was he shot? Was it inside, outside?
He was inside the apartment.
Is there any other details that you can share with us at this time? It seems the situation is a little...
So right now, the current warrants that we do have for the Jamichael suspect is we have home invasion. So that does tell you that he was at home. Well, he entered a home, I'm sorry. We have felony murder, and we also have aggravated assault. So if that's a little bit more helpful.
Thank you. Is there a phone number that people need to call if they have information or tips or anything like that?
So yes, we're asking the public if they know any or have any information about the incident, they can call the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office at 770-278-8188. Or you can call our main line at 770-278-8000.
Now to breaking news this morning, the man accused of killing Atlanta rapper Trouble is now in custody less than 48 hours after the rapper's murder. 11 Alive was there as Jamichael Jones turned himself in. The rapper was shot to death in Conyers on Sunday, and now police say they have their man.
Let's get straight to Ariana Maniz, live in Rockdale County. Ariana, how did they track this guy down?
Well, deputies, they're really crediting Jamichael Jones's mother for the successful arrest of the man accused of murdering Atlanta rapper Trouble. Now, take a look at your screen. This is video. We had a crew there the moment after Jamichael Jones was taken into custody by Rockdale authorities. Now, we do know that he was taken into custody and arrested at a hospital, which was a location that deputies allowed Jamichael Jones to select. The sheriff's deputies, they say that his mother allowed them to talk to Jamichael Jones on the phone, and that's when they were able to convince the suspect to turn himself in. Now he's facing charges of home invasion, felony murder, and aggravated assault for the murder of Trouble, whose real name is Mariel Semonte Orr. Now Trouble, he was shot early Sunday morning at Lake St. James Apartments in Conyers. Now the Rockdale County Sheriff, he tells us that his staff worked overtime to get the suspect off the street and into custody. Take a listen.
The one thing that we will not tolerate and don't like to tolerate is people becoming victims in this county. We've accomplished what we need to accomplish, is to get someone off the street for committing a crime such as this.
Now, the sheriff deputy also says that more possible charges could come down, but they'll be able to make that decision at the conclusion of this investigation. Back to you.
Search is over for the suspect accused of killing Atlanta rapper Trouble. 11 Alive was there as Jamichael Jones was headed to jail. He surrendered to deputies just a few hours ago.
And this comes nearly 48 hours after Trouble was gunned down in Conyers.
Let's get straight out to 11 Alive's Ariana Maniz this morning, breaking down the developments in this case and just really how this all came to be. It was pretty fast of an arrest if you think about it, Ariana.
That's correct, Aisha. Cheryl, and deputies, they're saying that his mother actually helped in the search for the man accused of shooting Atlanta rapper Trouble. We know that Jamichael Jones, he was taken into custody overnight. Now take a look at your screen. This is video after Jones surrendered to authorities. The sheriff, he tells us their search started by going around to locations where the suspect frequent, which led them to Jones's mother's house. That's when his mother allowed the investigator to speak directly to Jones, where they convinced him to turn himself in. Authorities, they did agree for Jones to pick the location and the time, which was at a hospital. Now Jones, he's facing charges of home invasion, felony murder, aggravated assault, and battery tied to the murder of Trouble, whose real name is Mariel Semonte Orr. Now Trouble, he was gunned down and killed at Lake St. James in Conyers early Sunday morning. The Rockdale County Sheriff credits Jones's mother as a major resource for tracking down and locating the suspect accused of murdering the rapper. Take a listen.
Nobody wakes up in the morning wanting a bad outcome. And so utilizing the mother and my staff trained and equipped to talk to individuals and knowing how to deal with individuals, was able to convince him to work with us and to turn himself into us.
Now, the sheriff, he also tells us that more charges could be coming down, but that will be determined at the conclusion of this investigation. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, thank you.